Happy Thanksgiving 2019. Welcome to our 4th annual Thankful episode, Thankful for the Revenge. Not sure what we'll call it next year. Feel free to offer suggestions. We've got some silly and serious things we're utterly grateful for this year, and we hope that we inspire you to think about all the things in your life that are actually pretty awesome, while the world around you turns into a bit of a dumpster fire. And, as always, don't forget to hang out for the Marvel-style post-credit scene. Welcome to Pitney and Amelia's Bitchin' Boutique!
We may be awful, but
we're right! So welcome to our fabulous annual Thanksgiving extravaganza, where we talk about gratitude and shit like that. And we're recording it in early November. This isn't an unusual time for us to be recording it, but we kind of... I have a bent in my mouth because I've had a sore throat, but there's a lot of this shit going around because Pitney is really fucking sick.
Yeah, so if I sound a little hoarse, I don't know if I do or not.
I think you sound fairly normal.
Yeah, but if I do, that's why.
Yeah.
And there may be weird pauses due to editing out me hacking.
Yeah, because he doesn't have a little cough. He has a big cough.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where I'm doing my last 2 weeks of work, and I really need the money, so I can't take any time off because this is it.
Yeah, we've mentioned kind of casually, sort of in passing, that Pitney is moving. He's going to move back to California. And so we have to really get our shit together before he goes. We have a lot of stuff we have to get done before he leaves.
Yeah, because what is it? Today is November 4th.
4th.
So
yes.
I leave in 28 days.
Oh my God.
Which is really crazy.
Yeah. It's weird to think. Oh, granted, yes, we're past Halloween now, but I keep having to tell myself we're actually in November now.
Yeah, it's really, really crazy.
We're in the home stretch. So we're just sort of a little bit of scrambling, but that doesn't mean this isn't going to be an awesome episode and everything. Because of course it is.
No, we're prepared. I have notes, so
I have some notes myself.
Go.
Because when we do our thankful thing, we always come up with specific things. We don't wing this one too much.
No,
we have to think about what are we really thankful for, and I think we both probably have some good stuff.
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
Yeah,
and I also have a little special thing for you guys
I'm
that
very
we will
excited.
record at the end, which is going to serve as a little taste of and a little intro to our new theme for next year.
For 2020, because y'all know that we're coming to the end of the year of the vagina, and 2020, should I drum roll?
Is going to be the year of woo.
The year of woo! And that will become more apparent later.
Yes.
We've discussed woo before.
We've discussed woo before.
And our tendency towards woo. Not extreme levels of woo, but woo-like things.
Yes.
We enjoy a touch of woo now and again.
But we have like really cool ideas. Like doing like serious woo sometimes.
Sure.
But also mocking the ridiculous woo of others.
Right.
Which will be fun. So it'll be, it'll be fun and interesting.
Yeah.
Just like the year of the vagina was sometimes very serious and fun.
And sometimes
just totally not.
Sometimes just fucking hilarious.
Yes. So anyway.
Because vaginas are funny.
But at the end of this episode, you will get a little special...
A taste of woo.
Yes. And it'll be my Thanksgiving gift to all of you.
Aww. So nice. One thing that I'm very, very thankful for, and this is... I totally get that this is going to start off very weird, but I am insanely thankful for the last 12 months. I mean, 2019, but going back to, last November, like this, this time of year last year. And regular listeners, people who've been sticking with us for a while, y'all know that I've had a really fucking shitty year. And if you've listened to our show, you know a lot of details about that because we talk about real life, So, to summarize, like last October, I was starting to sort of slide into a depression that was grabbing hold of me after, like, last May, I lost my mom. And I was just sort of fine for a little while, and then in October, I started kind of falling apart. And just as I was starting to really lose it, a close friend of mine and I had this really weird falling out, and he stopped speaking to me. And, like, right as I needed him, because he understood what it meant to lose the one person in your family that gets you, because he'd gone through that as well. And at that time, he was the only person I'd talked to about it. And then suddenly things got weird, and all of a sudden I don't have that friend anymore. So, poof, gone. And then, like, the next thing to happen was the government shutdown. And my husband and I
forgot about that. That's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
My husband and I, both being federal employees, both out of work for like 5-6 weeks with no paychecks.
I forgot. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, everyone that works with us, we all remember it because we're still trying to catch up from that crap. I mean, because it was a nightmare. But in a way, the timing of it couldn't have been more perfect because that was during a period where I was kind of wanting to be curled up in the fetal position for like 3 weeks. So I was able to do that because I had no job to go to. Because I was that fucked up, in like December and January. And so, like, everybody's listening right now going, now why the hell are you thankful for all this? Well, if you've been listening, you also know how we started off the year by talking about how I went into therapy. So, I was already, luckily, just as things were really starting to get bad, I was already looking into possibly seeing a therapist so that when things really hit, it was like, oh, good, I already have an appointment with a therapist, And, Pitney gave me this name of the most fabulous therapist ever, and fortunately, she had room in her schedule for me. So, I started seeing her regularly right at the very beginning of January. And you guys, if you haven't gotten this message from us yet, you're getting it now. Therapy is awesome, and everyone should do it.
Oh, amen. Amen.
Even if you think, I can handle my own problems, I'm not that bad. You know how many years I thought I could handle my own shit? I'm fucking 50, and I'm only just now realizing that I've been, like, fucked up since I was, like, 3. There's some shit that is deeply ingrained in me that never occurred to me, and as soon as she just kind of mentioned, she just sort of asked a question, and I went, oh,
Yep.
And suddenly everything else in my life makes sense. I mean, therapy, amazing. So, therapy got me into this position where I could start taking care of myself and not constantly having all of my focus on other people and what they need, which was something that I had been really focused on for a long time. And that meant, a lot of new things like journaling and meditation and some other stuff that I'll go into more detail next year when we talk about woo.
Yes.
There's been some woo here and there. And also developing a relationship with my father that I've never had before.
That's right. Yeah. That's very cool. Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to explain because it wasn't that I had necessarily a bad relationship with my dad. I just kind of had no relationship with him. And then now, I mean, you know, he comes over once every couple of weeks and we have dinner and I show him a bunch of Star Trek Discovery because he's an old school Trekkie from all the way back. And anyway, but that's kind of a phenomenal thing that I never would have imagined that would have happened.
Yeah, that in and of itself is something to be grateful for.
Oh my God. Yeah. Totally. Oh yeah. And so another thing is that, you know, I'm realizing, like, for real, what my strengths are, and I have more confidence in myself and my abilities. And then, like, before I know it, this job that I've been trying to get for like 8 or 9 years is suddenly fucking mine. Like, I have a new job. It's still with the same organization. I'm just in a different area. And it's like a real grown-up job I'm not in, like, a production environment where, like, someone's, like, cracking a whip over your head and being like, type faster! I mean, it's weird. I'm like a computer programmer now? Who would have thought that would happen?
That's pretty amazing. It's like, Again,
where the fuck did that come from? How did I get to a point where I was like, yeah, I could be a fucking computer programmer. I know how to... I know enough coding that I can do the basics, and then I can teach myself the rest. Would I have had that thought a year ago? I don't think so.
Oh, no.
Even though I was trying to get that job, I never thought I had it, and I never really thought I deserved it. I just wanted it, you know? But now it's like, yeah, fuck yeah, give me that job, you know? And when I found out I got the job, there was like almost a month of time leading up to the job actually starting. And somehow, for that, like, almost 4 weeks, I never had any anxiety about this major change in my life. And you've known me forever.
Yep.
Have I ever not been anxious about something?
No.
I was like, week after week, I was just like, it's going to be fine. Everything's fine. You know? I can do this.
You know, yay therapy.
Yay therapy! I mean, my God. I mean, even when something really positive that I really, really wanted was going to happen, I was still going to be anxious about it. I was still going to find a way to sabotage myself by throwing up all over myself all the time from just the sheer nerves of it all. Nope. Just fine. And then, the craziest thing of all, the icing on the cake, I got my friend back.
Yep.
And I can't even really explain it, but he's just back and we're talking and everything's just somehow normal and I don't even understand it, but I'll fucking take it. And, you know, we haven't had to have some big heart-to-heart about what happened. We probably will someday. But for right now, it's literally like someone just turned the clock back and we picked up where we left off.
Don't rush the heart-to-heart.
No. Although it's weird because sometimes, like, he'll bring up something like, you know, oh, I posted such and such on Facebook or whatever, and I'm thinking, yeah, bitch, you know I can't see what you post on Facebook because you fucking blocked me a year ago, but whatever. It's like, I mean, it's so as if nothing happened that I've seriously had some thought about, is it possible he doesn't remember
I know.
what happened a year ago? Because how is this happening? But, yeah, so somehow, as weird as it sounds, if all the shit from last year and the beginning of this year didn't happen, I wouldn't be right here right now.
Uh-huh.
And even though it was like the worst time of my life, fine. Because it's worth it. Because I would have never been able to do what I'm doing now and have the life I have right now if I hadn't just slogged through all that shit.
Uh-huh.
And so I'm absolutely not fixed by therapy, but I'm on the road to being better. And every single week I feel stronger and more confident and better. So who could ask for more than that?
Amen.
So, yeah, 2019, like, literally the worst year and the best year in my entire life.
That's fabulous.
Total gratitude.
Well, and that you give me hope because the job thing, that you have this fabulous new job.
Yeah.
And another mutual friend of ours who has had that job for decades that he was so miserable in.
Oh, uh-huh.
And he has applied for job after job after job after job. He finally just got a really fabulous job for $15 an hour more than what he's making now.
Jesus!
With better benefits.
That's insane! Oh my god, how did I not hear about this?
And then on top of that...
Wow!
Because he's kind of, a sourpuss, as...
A little bit.
I kind of can be too. And I'm bringing that up for a reason. But, he's like, oh, they hate me. They can't wait to fire me. Oh, I'm going to get fired this week. And then he'll go into this depression, and then because he's convinced he's going to get fired. Well, listen to this. This happened a couple weeks ago.
Uh-huh.
His official start date is, I don't know, say November 12th or something. I don't know.
Okay. But very soon.
So he's not working because he's such a valuable employee. They are throwing him a dinner.
Oh my god!
They have done all the paperwork, so he's going to get paid for his whole monthly salary for the month of November.
Wow!
And plus accrue his regular holiday. And
right.
And he was like...
So he can cash that in?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's great!
And they're really sad to see me go. And it was like, well, maybe, if you weren't such a paranoid sourpuss all the time...
Oh my god.
I mean, the only reason I'm saying that and talking about your job is because the only thing of course everybody's going to be nervous about when they move. But the only thing I'm really nervous about is looking for a job.
Because the job you've been doing this for a long time.
And I'm really fucking burned out on it.
Oh yeah, you're not going to do this job out there.
And, but the fact that, they say things come in threes.
Yeah?
So you getting this job,
him getting that
other
other
friend
one?
getting that job, God. I'm hoping it's going to be my turn.
And it'll be something you don't even expect. Well, in a way, the job you have right now, when it happened for you originally, back when you still loved it.
And I was really happy for a good many years doing it.
And it was something that you never would have thought you would do, but you just ran into someone at the right time and they needed someone and you were like... And it was literally something that when you told me that you were going to go into elder care...
Yeah.
You're going to go take care of old people. And I was like, since when is that something you would do?
Yeah.
Because I thought, I tried to put myself in the same position, and if someone just offered me that opportunity, I'd be like, I can't do that. There's no way I could do it. And I was like, wow, that's a utterly, completely new thing. And you've done it for a really long time.
And it's worked out great. I mean, I really, really was happy, and I really liked it. And I think... maybe I still could be if, as much as I love the owners and as much as I love my bosses, the way it's organized, it's a really shitty place to work.
Right. That makes a big difference.
And this batch of residents is difficult to the level I've never dealt with before.
Well, you've got so much... dementia and really bad stuff going on
such a small group of people that you have to deal with those people's shit for 12 hours a day.
And it's a small place.
Yeah, whereas if in a bigger facility, you wouldn't have to deal with
you could deal with one person at a time.
Shit for the whole shit. But anyway.
Right.
So anyway.
Oh, man.
But it gives me hope.
Yay!
Which I guess is and all this is like kind of sort of related. Actually, it is pretty related to my serious gratitude of the year.
Oh, good.
But I'm going to pause for a second because I'm hot and I want to take my sweater off and it'll make noise.
Ba-da-da-da-da-da.
Andrew.
Hey, Maddie.
Do you like horror movies?
I sure do.
Well, did you know that most horror movies are inspired by real-life horror?
Really? Like what?
Well, take The Shining, for instance. That's based on Stephen King's real-life addictions, or The Purge, which could be our country any minute now.
Oh, and The Strangers, which is based on a real-life murder. People should be talking about these things.
Hey, guys.
Oh, hey, Producer Michael.
Hi.
Well, I hate to break it to you, but somebody already is. It's you!
That's right. We are FriGay the 13th, the podcast where we talk about horror in real life and horror in media, all from an LGBTQ perspective.
Because we gay, y'all.
We are proud members of the Legion Podcast Network, and we can be found on iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher, or wherever your favorite podcasts are found.
And follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Come along with us on this crazy journey, and as always,
Get slayed.
Drink your liqueur.
Anyway, so my serious gratitude, I was having a little bit of trouble coming up with one
Yeah.
that I hadn't really talked about before. You
Right,
know.
we do, because we've already talked, especially this year, we've talked about probably more serious stuff
Yeah.
this year than ever.
But I was talking to the fabulous Steve,
Yay!
and he has been going through all of this old stuff.
Yeah.
And he's found a bunch of old pictures.
Oh my
and
God.
he found pictures of me getting on the train in 1992 to move to Texas.
Oh my God!
And I remember
Oh my God!
right before I had left, a lot of people thought I was nuts
Oh yeah.
for just packing up everything,
Yeah.
giving up everything and everybody that I'd known.
Right.
And, well, obviously not everybody, because I'm still in touch with some people
Right.
from that, you know.
But like your original plan was you were just going to come for a visit to see if you liked it.
Yeah,
here.
but then I was like, fuck it, I'm coming and staying.
And I was like, okay, I can put a bed in my dining room.
Yep, which is what we did.
That's what we did.
And I remember everybody was giving me shit about it except my dentist. I'd gone to the dentist like the week before I left.
Oh my God.
And I was telling her about it. She was like, that is so exciting.
Yeah.
You're just going to get off that train
In a new place?
and you're going to see your whole new life before you.
Oh,
and
that's
that's
sweet.
I was like, that's really, really cool.
Because that's exactly what you were doing.
So when Steve and me were talking about that, and I was thinking about that, and I've had a
Yeah.
really great run here in Texas.
Yeah.
There's been some really, really low lows,
Oh, sure.
but there's been really, really high highs, and
Oh,
generally
yeah.
I've had a really... 90% of it has been really fun and fabulous despite the crazy lows that have happened.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Um,
Oh, yeah.
But I never regretted doing it.
Oh, yeah.
Making this move. And I remember when I moved to San Antonio from Austin, people were thinking I was fucking nuts. But you know what?
You had to get out of Austin, though.
And I never looked back.
Yeah.
I instantly had a group of friends.
Yeah.
Not that they replaced my old ones, because they
Right.
did not, but I instantly had. And so, and I'm feeling the same way about this move to California.
Yeah.
So my gratitude is my ability to not be afraid of complete and utter change
Right.
to improve my life.
Yeah.
Because every time I've made a major change like this, it's always been really positive.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't see why this is going to be any different, because I have the same conviction inside that it's
Of why you're doing it.
of
Yeah.
why to do it, and
Yeah.
it's the right thing
Yeah.
to do. So I'm grateful to that, because look at how many people we know that are stuck and are never going to fucking get out because of fear. Trisha
Right.
von Lichtenstein,
Oh, God. Yeah.
for an example.
Right. I mean, I think everyone probably knows someone that's like the first thing that pops into their head is like someone who's just stuck because they're afraid.
Yeah, and it's like, oh my god, their life is so fucked up, and they could change just one thing,
And it would change everything.
and it would change everything, and it
Yeah.
would change like a whole world, a whole shit show,
yeah.
into something that was something good.
But you
know?
can't, but you just have to trust that it's there.
Yeah.
Because It's it's going to get worse?
Yeah, but
if your life is complete shit, it's going to get worse? No, it's going to get better.
And my life is absolutely far from complete shit.
Right.
I have wonderful friends. I'm happy.
Yeah.
I'm sick to death of my job, but I'm not at it very much. So it's okay.
Exactly. Oh my God, if you had to work 5 days a week, that would be a completely different thing.
Oh, no. But you know what I mean? It's not like my life is bad. Right. And it's not like it was miserable in Austin. I just knew it needed to change.
Right, yeah. Sometimes a change of surroundings is all you really need.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you have to get out of the rut that you're in. You have a pattern that you do every day, and being in a different city means you can't possibly do the same thing.
Yeah, and so I'm ready, and I'm grateful that I'm doing this without being afraid.
And without being, in a position where it's, doing it out of desperation. Oh no, I have to do this because there's some horrible crisis and I have to either run away from it or run to it, whatever it is.
Oh, no, that's not the case at all. It's just time for me to move on. I guess I've always fancied myself like a gypsy. Right. And I guess maybe I am.
You've always had the ability to travel light. Even during times when you started amassing a bunch of crap, it was, once you decided, I don't need all this crap, suddenly all the crap was gone. You were I can't move if I'm buried under all this crap.
And I never thought a damn thing of it either. And again, everybody that I know is like, oh my God.
Those are collectibles.
Right.
Those are highly collectible.
And it's who the fuck cares? It's something that's covered with dust that I haven't touched in 4 years. Who cares?
Oh my God.
I'll give it to somebody. Somebody will be delighted when they find it, much more than I am.
Oh yeah.
It was cool to have a diorama of Star Trek The Next Generation figures having a dance party on my mantle.
Oh my God, I wish we'd taken pictures of that.
That was very fabulous.
But
do I need to have that up now?
No.
No.
All I need is just the image in my head of Data in a deep dip.
Yes.
That's all I need.
So that's what I'm grateful for, my ability to be a gypsy, I guess.
Yay! That's awesome. And it may be, now granted, I'm not moving because I bought the house I intend to die in, but now that I'm not constantly scared of, who knows, I could be scared again tomorrow. I don't know. It really is not my natural state to not be scared to death of everything. But honestly, that was another thing, because we talked about you're not going to be so nearby. Oh, that's another thing. We have to learn how to Skype for real.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, we do.
Hey,
Bitch and Boutique will live on.
Oh God, yes.
But I will say, be excited, because me being in California, and getting involved with the pagan community and fandom again in California.
Which is a whole different world than out here.
Think of
the crazy people.
The crazy stories that I'm going to be able to share.
Oh my God. You could run into Verity Oslin somewhere. It could happen.
I don't know, but I think she's back there.
I think she is too.
I think she's back there.
Now, whether she's involved in any fandom, it's hard to tell. But you would be able to find people who would know if she's been around.
I think she's not.
Everyone knows
because Sarah and Angie,
they haven't seen her?
They have not. They've been asking me, do you know what happened to her? And I'm like...
Because they remember her moving out here?
Yeah, and they seem to forget that I told them several times over the years, because I only see them...
You kicked her ass out.
But no, she hasn't been seen.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So I don't know. If she's there, she's not involved because they would see her. And
she looks exactly the same, so they would spot her
instantly. Also, the original Trisha von Lichtenstein has not been seen for years either, and people have asked me about her.
And we've even looked online. These are two people who do not really have online presence. And imagine that in this day and age. That you can't, that you're Googling someone and they just don't fucking exist
yeah,
online.
so somehow they have dropped out of fandom. But it's nice to know. It's kind of funny because the few people that I'm still in contact with in California, they're still really involved in fandom. And I'm really looking forward to
being around that shit again.
Yeah, so the end of May.
You could go to a con at the old Red Lion.
Yeah, rather than go to the...
Which is not a Red Lion anymore.
Rather than go to Kerrville.
Right.
I'm going to Baycon.
Baycon!
Yes.
Woo! Baycon!
And it's going to be really exciting.
Oh, Baycon.
And if I don't get new stories, I'm sure I will see a lot of people that I've known.
Yeah.
And I'm sure in discussion...
Oh, things will come.
I will remember old things that I would have
God.
forgotten. Which is so. Yes, there's a cornucopia of Bitchin' Boutique delights coming.
Oh my God.
Cat, you know.
Oh, Baycon. So many memories. Penny Velvet. The year of the vagina. You know what I'm thankful for, ladies and gentlemen and others? Pubic hair. You know it's got actual uses. And not for stuff like needle felting crafts, you weirdo. I mean, like, it serves a purpose on your body. And hey, if you hate it, if you have an aversion to it, feel free to just rip that shit out. Just be sure you're doing it because you want to, and not because your partner acts like it's gross. Sack up, Chachi. It's just hair. So while you're enjoying your pumpkin pie this Thanksgiving, think about all those reasons that your body grew the old hair pie. 1, it protects your junk by reducing friction and keeping things warm down there. It traps dirt and debris, and the follicles produce sebum, which is an oil that keeps bacteria from reproducing. So that means protection against stuff like urinary tract infections, some STDs, yeast infections, you name it. And you know you've got more pheromones hanging around you if you've got hair for them to ride on. So if it's so great, why are so many people obsessed with getting rid of it? Well, apparently, some of you want your sex partners to look like 10-year-olds. Hey, it's my show. I can say what I want. But seriously, there's this false belief out there that it's unhygienic, which is bullshit. And of course, there's porn, where women started shaving because I guess someone decided they really wanted to see every little flap. And once that became the norm, women were held to that weird and unrealistic standard. Here's some numbers for you. 31.5% of women say they groom their pubes to make their pussies more attractive. About 21% of women say they shaved or pruned their bushes because their partners wanted them to. Boo! Men are far more likely to say they prefer no pubes at all, while women say they prefer things just trimmed up a bit. So hey, it is up to you if you want to risk cuts and abrasions and rashes and burns from hot wax on your naughty bits. Just be sure you do it, because you want to. Hardwood floor, area rug, or wall-to-wall shag carpet. Whatever your style, be careful down there. Now for something a little less serious. Although, I'm going to say some things that I'm pretty darn serious about. But one of the things that we're thankful for, although it's more me because I run the Twitter account, is how many cute gay guys there are on Twitter that we have met through that account, through having a podcast, through all this stuff. And there's just so much adorableness out there on Twitter, and that we really, especially now, like I said, we're going to get good at Skype. We're going to get good at remote remote podcasting.
Yes.
And because of that, we're potentially going to be able to figure out how to get actual guests, maybe.
Which would be exciting.
And I think I'm going to talk about two in particular that, oh my God, we want on the show. So like if you follow us on Twitter, and you've probably seen these guys before because we retweet their stuff and we chat with them a lot. And if you don't follow us on Twitter, like seriously, follow us on Twitter. Or you can like our Facebook page. Or I suppose you could try following us on Instagram, but really I totally suck at Instagram because I'm 50 and I don't understand what's so great about Instagram. I don't really understand what it is. I just put some stuff out there sometimes.
I don't like Instagram because every time I've come across something that I'm interested enough to look, it's usually some random cute guy online.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of that on Instagram.
I'll want to see more pictures, but then you click on one, oh, you can't look at this unless you have an Instagram account. It's like, well, fuck you, I don't want one, I just want to lurk.
Right.
I mean,
he's cute, but I don't have to see his other pictures.
Yeah, you know, anyway.
And before I start talking about the two guys in particular, I just want to make it very clear. Yes, of course, there are lots of cute gay guys on Twitter that we love, but like I don't have all day here, so we're gonna go with the top two. So, number one, David Mills. You can find him on Twitter at David Mills Department, like DEPT. He is a fabulous comedian and actor, and he is dapper as fuck. And he has a podcast called Focus People, and frankly, he loves us. I mean, like, imagine how exciting it is for us to know that a guy who was actually in Florence Foster Jenkins, and I'm talking about the movie, not the woman, you are disgusting for even considering that, could be like my buddy. Like, he's so clever and delightful, and his friends are all fabulous, which makes his podcast fabulous. And damn it, I want him to be on our show. And I know he's down for it. But we've got this like time difference issue because he's in friggin' London most of the time. But anyway, so David Mills, a guy you should all definitely know. Adorbs. So cute. Okay. And the other one. Oh my God. So Blaine Stewart, who, if I could wave a magic wand, Pitney and Blaine would totally be a couple.
I was going to say, it's your fantasy for us to get married, huh?
Of course it is! Of course it is. And, you have no problem with moving, so, we'll just see how it works. But that would be at Blaine Stewart. Y'all can find him. He's a news anchor at WTKR Channel 3 in Norfolk, Virginia. And I first discovered him when a tweet of his went viral, but it was later deleted. So anyway, there was this snowstorm coming, and, since he deleted it, I'm just going to whisper it to Pitney.
Fabulous.
And then there was this other one.
That's fabulous.
Right? So, like, imagine living somewhere where you've got this openly gay news anchor, not like here in Austin where there are definitely gay guys on the news, but none of them are openly anything, even though, come on, guys, we see you, get in the pool, the water's fine.
And this is Austin, for God's sake.
For fuck's sake! I mean, do we have a straight weatherman?
I know.
I don't think we do. And I mean, for a while there, I don't even know if we had straight sports guys. I mean, seriously, this is a very gay town. And also, the morning team at WTKR is so awesome and hilarious. And I'm so jealous of Norfolk that I tweeted the other day that I may have to move there. And Blaine was totally like, yes, you need to move here. And I don't know if I can do snow because, like, I lived in snowy places when I was a kid. And I'm an old person with achy joints. And, like 8 inches is a lot of snow. So anyway, so Blaine does a podcast with his adorable news partner ladies, Erica and Jessica, and it's called Off Script on 3. And they haven't done one in a while, I guess, because they're like super busy because, you know, they're like journalists. But it's really cute and funny, and I love it. And oh my God, if I could get Blaine on our show, I would just die.
That would be fun.
Oh my God, you guys. So David and Blaine.
I bet they'll do it.
Come on our show. Oh, the coughing. The coughing is terrible.
God, I know.
Pitney's dying.
Oh, I feel like total shit, but...
We'll be done soon.
No, I know, it's fine. I mean, I know it's not like I have to be in bed feeling terrible.
Oh, I know. I mean, I'm still sitting several feet away from you, and
Yeah.
I'm not likely to get closer.
Yeah.
I'm fine. I'm fine where I am.
Well, I know, yeah, but, so my not so serious gratitude, although it's deadly serious to me.
Okay.
My life, since I moved to San Antonio, of all the positive things that have happened, the most profound and the most wonderful thing of all was the Xbox coming into my life.
Now, let me ask you something real quick. Is it my husband's fault that the Xbox came into your life, or were you already heading in that direction? I know you got a lot of consulting from him.
I was already kind of heading into that direction because I have this utterly irrational hatred of the Sony PlayStation since the very first one came out.
Yeah.
Because I was enraged that they dared to compete with my beloved Nintendo.
Right. Oh, yeah.
And
Sonic is not Mario. Don't even try.
Yeah, but then I started playing, like Final Fantasy and stuff on, at other friends' houses on the PlayStation. And I got into more serious gaming
than Mario.
Which is really not, you don't really find that on Nintendo even now. I mean,
oh yeah,
there's some.
It's like Nintendo. I mean? It's almost like Nintendo is kids' games.
Yeah. But anyway, I could not bring myself to buy a Sony PlayStation, and part of the reason too is because everything I read online, like Sony PlayStation people are fucking dicks about it.
Really?
Xbox sucks! How can you talk about Xbox? Fuck Xbox! Xbox sucks! Blah, 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 blah.
See, and I don't even play games, but I love our Xbox.
Maybe it does in comparison, maybe it doesn't, but And
that's weird, because, I've heard PC gamers be very anti-game console, but to go one console against another is kind of weird.
And it's like, I've played the same game on both the PlayStation and the Xbox, and they're the fucking same.
Right.
So whatever. But anyway, so that's why I chose Xbox, because I hate Sony.
And because Sony people are stupid.
Yeah.
Yes, you are. Don't even write. Oh, no, you know what? Go ahead and write us. Then we'll mock you on the show, and we'll make you famous.
But I am so grateful for my Xbox, because I never realized what life was until I had no life at all outside of Skyrim.
I had a feeling we were going to Skyrim land.
And then I did not know what life was until I completely lost myself in Dragon Age's Inquisition to the point where I cried like a baby because the game ended. I mean, it just brings me such joy.
Right.
Not to mention that it's my stereo.
Right.
It's my Blu-ray player.
Exactly.
It's my radio.
Yeah.
It's the Xbox is everything life is.
It's where you watch movies.
In one
it's where you,
cute little unit. And just like...
And they're cute.
The little ding ding that when you press the button, it's just like this adrenaline rush of ecstasy. It's like almost an orgasm. Hearing that noise, just turning the Xbox on.
Okay.
So yeah, the Xbox.
Hooray for Xbox.
The Bitchin' Boutique.
Yes.
I think we need to give them a thing, Spike. We can give them a drop that they could play on their
Yes,
show.
I think we've got to find some time and get
I
time
think we
to
should
do
it
that.
right now. I think we should do it right now. Look, I'll show you how easy it is, Spike. Watch this. I'm just going to do it live.
Okay, do it live.
Like that bloke screams. I'm just going to do it live. Watch this. Hi, this is Dr. Dan from the Two Skeptical... I can't do it now. Look, I can't speak. Too much pressure. I'll try again. Take 52. Hi, this is Dr. Dan from the Two Skeptical Chaps podcast, and you are listening to the most bitchin' boutique. See? That was easy, wasn't it?
Okay.
They could send us one, we could play it in ours. There
Yeah,
you go.
yeah.
Right, you do it.
Yeah.
Right, off
What do
go.
you want me to say?
Whatever comes to mind.
Hi, this is Spike from the Two Skeptical Chaps podcast, who ain't no bitch, but you're listening to the Bitchin' Boutique.
Oh, that was good. I hope they use that. Let's see if they cut it and put it in their next show.
Diplomatic community.
So I'm just curious because you had mentioned the other day that you were working on this, and we hadn't talked about you doing something like this.
Yeah.
So what inspired you? I mean, it was just a coincidence that we were about to do the Year of Woo, but
Yeah.
But what inspired you to do a little spell, a blessing, a meditation? What is it? What are you calling it?
I think maybe just, kind of like
A gratitude
a
meditation?
spell, possibly a little mini ritual.
Okay.
I guess what motivated me was during Samhain,
Yeah.
which has really nothing to do with gratitude per se. I mean,
I guess
You
I guess
know.
there's some looking back, looking forward.
Yeah,
Some of
and
that-
I guess because
yeah.
I was just talking after we did our Samhain ritual, I was talking to my friend Terry, and we were just talking. She had a really, really intense experience during the meditation, which had nothing to do with gratitude per se. But she was like, and I was like, she was having, like, really, really struggling with something, and she was talking to me, and so I called her, and I was like, well, how did that work out for you, that
Right.
intense thing that you had going on
Right.
during the meditation after ritual? And, I mean, she was, like, crying,
Oh wow.
and, and she was like, oh, it worked out really well. I ended up doing this thing, having this discussion that I needed to do.
Right.
And it healed this relationship. And she said, and I
Oh my
was
God, that's
so
great.
grateful and felt so healed that I ended up doing like a gratitude list, and I had lit some candles to like
Oh,
make
okay.
me feel this gratitude so I don't go into the guilt.
Okay.
And she was grateful for how this came out, but she was also grateful that she finally found the chutzpah to have this. Because,
Right.
if you have the chutzpah to do one thing, if you have one dysfunctional relationship, you have more.
Oh,
That's just
yeah.
how it works.
Yeah.
So she was talking about lighting candles for gratitude.
Like a candle for each thing she was doing or whatever.
Yeah, and so it was actually something that I've just been working on for my own thing that I wanted to do. And when we were doing this, I was like, well, I'm just going to write some stuff and come up with something really simple just to share on the show so people could be like, oh, that's kind of cool, and they could just do it.
Sure.
So when I say ritual, it's not pagan specific. It's nothing specific. It's just sort of like a woo-woo thing.
Well, and we've talked before about ritual. To some extent, ritual is just almost everything that people do could be classified as ritual. Like people, you have like a certain routine that you do. You could look at the everyday stuff in your, like how you get ready for work in the morning or whatever.
Yeah.
In a way, that is your ritual. You have, you do this and then it's followed by this and followed by this. And if you wanted to put some meaning and thought into it, it could become a thing for you.
Yeah, I mean, some people look at all the people that burn incense.
Right, and they're just like, I just like the smell. But it's like,
but
that's...
itself, but if it makes you relax and it kind of takes you away, that's kind of ritualistic,
Absolutely. It's
so
part of your, I come home, I put that one light on that's over there that's not too strong, and I light this thing, I light this incense, and then I turn on this music, and it's like all of that is your ritual of coming into your space and making it nice. And
yeah. And so I was just wanting to say that, I kind of think Thanksgiving is more than the turkey.
Yeah.
And it's more than, and everybody says, I remember my mom used to be like, oh, Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday because it's when all of our family comes together.
Right.
And we're not worried about presents. We're just worried about coming together.
Right.
But now that they're all dead,
right,
I would do anything in the world to be able to go back and experience that again.
Oh, God.
But when I was a kid, I was just like, oh, Mom, please.
It's like, oh, all my aunts are trying to kiss me.
But for me, it's become, something that I always got together with different friends.
Oh, yeah.
And years ago, Pete had started this thing where everybody goes around and says something that they're profoundly thankful for.
Right.
And it's become a really, really beautiful thing.
Yeah.
And so I would suggest to people to not just focus on the turkey and how Aunt Sally is going to piss you off at the holiday.
And that drunk uncle who voted for Trump.
Yeah, or you have to see, your cousin Candace who you hate.
Well, doesn't everyone hate Candace, though?
You don't have to, don't think about that. Take some time about things that you are grateful for.
Make it about you.
Some personal time and sort of bask in that because that'll make you feel good and that'll maybe make you carry forward. So
right.
I would suggest that you can make a list of things that you're grateful for. Mm-hmm. If you are artistic minded, you can make a collage of images that you are grateful for.
Ooh.
Like you could get the picture of the Xbox.
Sure.
The picture of a big hot penis. The picture of, anything that you're grateful for in your life.
Star-Lord.
Yes, the picture, the picture of your dog. You know what I mean? Make a collage. Put it on the wall. Looking at that will make you happy.
Sure.
And it'll remind you that you're grateful. That's cool.
And it'll also represent, the moment in time that you made it. Because 6 months from now, you could be grateful about completely different stuff.
But it's kind of cool. But if you make a list, you're going to make a list and you forget it. So some suggestions to have to make a list.
Yeah.
Light some incense. Make it a little special. And I have an example of, a 3-line non-specific prayer of gratitude that will make you feel good.
There you go.
Light some incense. Use Nag Champa. Everybody likes Nag Champa. It keeps you grounded in the present. Mm-hmm. It automatically puts you into a meditative state of mind.
Right.
You could use rose. That's the color of love.
Yeah.
And to me, gratitude is self-love. You're feeling gratitude to feel love for yourself and to feel love for the things that you're grateful for.
Because you're reminding yourself that things are good.
Or if you like lavender, you could use lavender.
Oh, I love lavender.
I mean, amongst other things, it's cleansing and healing. Mm-hmm. Cleanse your bitterness out. Find the things you're grateful for. Trisha von Lichtenstein.
And all your bullshit.
Focus on that. Focus on cleansing that shit out and focusing on the good, and you will bring good in. That's a fact.
Right.
So, the suggestion for my prayer.
Okay.
Now, this is a Wiccan prayer. It starts with Lord and Lady, but you could say Mother Mary. You could say Jesus.
You could say
Spirit. Lord
for the people
Krishna.
who like that. Right.
You could say Great Spirit. You could say anything you wanted.
You could say Lord and Lady and picture Daryl and Carol from Walking Dead because they are the ultimate male and female.
So I would suggest that here's the prayer. It's very simple.
Okay.
Lord and Lady, I give thanks for sun that warms and wind that sings. You have given me so much. Now I give thanks for all these things.
That's very nice.
And then breathe in your incense.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe read your list.
Yeah.
Really think about it. And just sort of take that in as you inhale the incense and let that fill you up. And maybe it'll make a little shift and make you feel good.
Because you're making the effort. Just making the effort will make a difference.
Yeah, if you don't want to, if you're fragrance challenged, light a candle.
Have the noslins among you?
Light a candle. Do the
Right.
same thing. Light a candle. Leave the candle burning.
Right.
And meditate on the candle for a little bit. That when that candle is burning, that's going to radiate this goodwill and gratitude towards you.
Right.
Now, I will say for those of you that are curious, or those of you that, obviously people aren't going to think, well, what color am I going to use for a gratitude candle? It's not going to be black. I guess it could be. But,
well, good luck finding a black candle, because even those of us who want black candles have to go special places.
My personal suggestions would be yellow, pink, or blue.
Okay.
Olive colors, which means many different things in candle magic, which I'm not going into. But
that's a woo thing for later.
Chose these three. Yellow. One of the uses for yellow is mental clarity, because it's air.
Right.
You're focusing on gratitude. Be clear on that. Get rid of the shit and make yourself feel good for a little bit.
And it's shining a light on. It's shining a light on things. It's illuminating.
Pink, again, same thing as the rose incense. It's for love, for self-love. Gratitude makes you feel love. That's always a good thing.
Right.
Blue, peace, calm, renewal, healing. Hello.
Does it matter what kind of blue? Is it a light blue or a dark blue? Does that matter?
I always envision a dark blue, but I think this probably should be more of like a light blue. But I always use dark blue because
like a sky blue. Maybe.
Yeah. But anyway, that would be my suggestions. But anyway,
but whatever candle you have in your house is also fine.
Yeah, just figure out why that color works for you.
Right.
So anyway, so there you go. That's my little suggestion for your little, Thanksgiving gratitude ritual.
Aww.
Try it. Maybe it might make you feel good.
And next year when we talk about this kind of stuff a little bit more, you might... Oh, you know what? Some of you may not have listened to our old Wicca Please episode from our first year. If you want to learn a little more about just the basics of the Wheel of the Year and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's pretty intensely teachy, but it's fun too, I think.
Well, and it doesn't go into as much detail as it could have.
Oh God, no.
We just did the entire year.
Yeah.
And a little bit of extra stuff all in one episode. So it gets a little... Yeah. It's a lot. You don't have to take notes. There won't be a quiz.
I want to say on an interesting note...
Okay.
Speaking of, and this is going a little bit into the woo thing and me.
Okay.
Kind of making fun, or not making fun of being a little scornful of other people's woos, right? I've said it before how much I hate all this new age prattle about abundance.
I'm starting to notice that word comes up in almost every YouTube video I watch, every meditation I do.
Prosperity. Because apparently...
they use the word abundance without saying abundance of what? It's like abundance is just a thing on its own, and it's like, no, it's just...
It could be being mindful of the abundance in your life, like your friends.
Like things to be grateful
But no, I guarantee you.
They're talking about money.
90% of the time, they're talking about fucking money.
Right.
And there's all this stuff, meditations to, like, train yourself so you can make money.
And attract money.
Yeah, and the law of attraction, blah, blah, blah. Bullshit. It has nothing to do with love. It's to try to... because people want to be rich.
Yeah, and the only part that love comes in is because they think if they had more money, then all their problems will be solved. And it's okay, ask anyone. That's not how it works.
I was really, really turned off about how so much stuff that I found online. I was really trying to find colors, and I couldn't.
Right.
Because there really isn't any, like, what is, like, a traditional pagan color...
Well, yeah.
For candle magic, for gratitude. There isn't any.
Right.
But, or herbs or scents for gratitude. There really isn't any. So,
right.
That's why I came up with those ideas, because to me it made sense.
Right.
But so many people, to do gratitude spells, are using green and gold candles. Which are used in money spells.
Those are total money colors.
And
God
so, it's gratitude for the riches to come.
Oh, fuck off.
Because if you have gratitude for the financial riches to come, that's going to activate the law of attraction.
Oh.
Which doesn't work.
It's it makes me so mad when someone that seems really, really cool, and I've watched all these videos, and it's like, I really like her, I really like her attitude, I really like this stuff, and then before you know it, she's talking about the goddamn law of attraction.
And it's just like oh my god.
Unsubscribe.
It just turned me off when I was thinking about gratitude. It was all, look, you find it online.
Oh, God.
It's all green and gold candles. Because that's money spell candles.
And that's all anybody cares about. Which means they're not even taking it seriously. If that's their focus, they're wrong.
Yeah, and so, and I just gotta say, Kelly Howell, some of your stuff I love.
Oh, God.
Some of your stuff freaks me the fuck out. But there's this one in particular.
Oh my God.
Where toward the end,
We've talked about her before.
In that weird whiny voice she has.
Oh, her voice is weird.
And then she says the word abundance.
Oh, gross!
And she says it like she's fucking diddling herself. Because the majority of her audience is those stupid abundance law of attraction people.
Yeah.
And anyway, just gotta say, abundance.
Oh my God.
Thanks for listening. If you enjoy our show, please take a moment to rate us and review us on Apple Podcasts or Stitcher.
If you send us a screenshot of your review, we'll send you a Bitchin' Boutique sticker. Everyone loves stickers.
Please subscribe or add us to your favorites wherever you get your podcasts.
Subscribers get new episodes first and are also more attractive.
Drop us a line anytime at pitneyandamelia@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. Well, one thing that I just want to say is I am blown away by the fact, and am so grateful for the fact that apparently I have fans.
Well, I think you knew you were going to have fans.
I mean, I've always had fans.
Of course you have.
I have always had fans. But in the context of the show...
Yes. Fans who don't actually know you.
Yes. I think it's very, very exciting to, hear like little anecdotes of Pitneyisms that people say in their real lives because of me.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I have heard of some.
Yes.
I have heard of one particular person who has started saying, "It's so stupid."
I know.
And they say it that, and they get very offended by eczema ankle.
See, I think it's delightful.
Of course it is.
But my favorite thing in the world was getting a picture of somebody sniffing fabric in a fabric store.
Oh my god.
After we were talking about Verity Noslin and her getting fired from the job for calling the district manager on her manager for smoking after hours walking through the store because she was so convinced that the chemical finish of the fabric was going to cause an explosion.
Oh.
And because of that, I got a glorious picture of a fan of mine sniffing fabric.
Oh, well, one cannot be too careful of fragrance.